Hey Leo, welcome to the channel. Sarah here. Thank you for being here. We're going to do a reading for you for the week of April 14th to the 20th, 2025. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so take only what resonates and leave out what does not. If you are interested in having a personal reading done by me, the information on how to obtain that is in the description box below this video. All right, Leo. Let's tap into your energy here. Energies, Leo's energy, spirit. Let's tapping into Leo. What does Leo need to know right now? What's going on with Leo? What does Leo need to know? There's something that may be hopeless for you right now, or there's some sort of healing that needs to be had here. There's something may need to be healed here, and as a result of the healing that has not occurred, there may be something in your midst that feels hopeless. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that this is in a spot where you can see it on the camera. This may have something to do with blurring of boundaries of some sort with the Seven of Wands in reverse. It does look like there is this feeling of having been hurt by something and wanting to persevere through something, even though it's painful. But it looks like as a result of wanting to persevere through something, you're like you may be blurring your boundaries or not setting the boundaries that you need to set in order to feel at one with yourself. Because I am getting this feeling of, I'm getting this energy right now of needing to heal. The wounded warrior needs to heal. The star in reverse is a very wounded card, needs to heal. Hopeless, is what I've got. Like this hopeless situation that you're trying to persevere through. And it may have something to do with you feeling like you're putting your boundaries down here. This may be something that you're, just a second. So I'm also seeing that there's been an ending to something here. You want to persevere through something, but it looks like there's either something that is coming to an end in the future or has come to an end. But it looks like if there's something that's still ongoing, you may already have come to the knowledge that something is coming to an end in the future. This could have something to do with somebody actually moving to a new location with that Three of Wands. That could have something to do with creating distance here. Distance, time. This seems to be this knowing, and whatever this is causing this energy of really strong emotional turmoil, turbulence. There's some sort of emotional turbulence. Somebody may be feeling very emotional over this. And because it looks like even though there's some sort of hopeless situation because healing needs to occur and it's just doesn't seem to be happening, there is this energy of somebody wanting to persevere through something, and as a result, they're very, very emotional over this. Now, Leo, this could be you, or this could be somebody who you are connected to. This is a general reading, so the energies are fluid. All right. Can we get more spirit on this star in reverse to the Seven of Wands in reverse for Leo, please? Something about time, okay? We did see that Three of Wands, so there's something about time. And in time, almost like there's going to be something that's going to end. And I feel like because of the fact that it's showing up, in the present moment, that it's almost like there's like this intuitive acknowledgement that something is going to come to an end, and it's because of the fact that you already recognize that there's something about the situation that's very, very turbulent and difficult here. For some of you, this could be an actual marriage. It could be a committed relationship, a marriage of some sort. This could be somebody moving on to something that was a marriage, and it could be anything like that. And as a result, somebody's going to be left lost. Like there's going to be some level of loss involved as a result. Somebody's going to feel like they're out in the cold. This poverty card is like the equivalent of the Five of Pentacles to me. Feeling out in the cold, loss. I'm feeling like that's what I was getting. Somebody's going to be feeling really emotional over a loss of some sort. And marriage came out, so this could be somebody moving towards marriage in another direction, or this is somebody who's potentially leaving a marriage. You'll just have to take that as it resonates. All right, so what led to this? What led to this, Spirit? What happened that led to all of this? There was this somebody wasn't putting in the effort to actually work on anything or build on anything. There was no real effort being put into. It looks like a connection. So it looks like there was no real effort being put into this connection. And so it looks like there's this feeling of, there's no effort. There was no effort being put into the connection. We've got the Nine of Cups in reverse. It was like there was this feeling of I found anything and everything that I thought I wanted, and then for some reason it just went awry and it turned out to be the exact opposite of what you had expected it to be. There's your court card, Leo. It's King of Wands. This may have something to do with feeling confident in your decision making here. The King of Wands is a very confident visionary here, and it's almost like you're in the upright. I'm gonna take this as it's you. This is your energy. Like you recognize that there's something that there's been a lack of work or effort being put towards something, and it looks like as a result of recognizing that there's been a lack of effort being put into a connection, that what you thought you wanted here is not at all what it actually is. So there's been an end here. So we did see the death in the present moment, or there was this feeling of wanting to persevere through something. Maybe you're the one who made the decision to put an end to something here because you're recognizing this energy, and somebody in your energy is seeing like, I really want to make this work, but it doesn't look good, okay? It looks like a very hopeless situation, whatever it is. Yeah, because somebody took a wrong turn here. This was bad fortune. This was the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is bad fortune, and it looks like somebody's moving on. The clock does show up here, and now we see the Three of Wands again. It looks like somebody decided to move on, create distance, and it looks like as a result of this distance being created, somebody's still feeling emotional about it and wanting to make something work here. Can we get more on the Eight of Pentacles in reverse to the Nine of Cups in reverse? Yeah, there was something about this situation that was really, really painful for somebody. It could be you, could be them. But something cut somebody really deep here. And it looks like feeling like you knew where you were going is what I'm getting with that King of Wands in the upright. It was like you have a vision for where it is that you want to go. It looks like you have you are standing true in your power. You were connected to somebody who you thought was your wish come true, but it turned out that whoever this was somebody who wasn't willing to put in the work, and whatever this just felt like a dagger going into you because you had expectations here. Okay. It looks like the two of you may have very strong communication between each other. It does look like the two of you have had intimate, strong discussions with each other. You may have decided that maybe the things that you had talked about were things that you thought were going to come to fruition, and they just didn't. Somebody wasn't putting in the work. Somebody wasn't. So whatever it is that you thought you had with this person ended up going awry. It turns out that everything ended up being a hopeless situation, and it does look like somebody's feeling a little emotional about it when we did see that Queen of Cups in the reverse. So what is in the potential future for Leo, Spirit? What is the potential future for Leo here? I'm going to stop. The Emperor in reverse. All right, just a second. The Page of Wands in reverse. Is the entire deck in reverse here? No. Okay, we've got 2 sixes here. 6 of Wands in reverse, and then the 6 of Swords. Okay, so this is what I've got, okay? Somebody actually is moving on. This could be you. Moving on to a new opportunity, okay? To bring yourself back to a place of balance. After there's been this feeling of somebody had fallen from grace in your mind, okay? That's what I'm getting here. There was something here that was really highly idealized for you. Like you really thought this was it. This is the one. This is the person who I want to try and make something work with. And then it just didn't work. It was like there was no effort being put into it. And whatever it is really cut you deep with the scythe, because you had certain expectations that were never fulfilled here. And so it turns out that this looks like it's a hopeless situation, and it looks also like it was showing up, somebody wants to potentially persevere through something, but in order to persevere through it, it looks like there would have to be a blurring of boundaries. And maybe the two of you are very, very strong-willed and strong-headed. You could be dealing with another fire sign. You might be dealing with another Leo, potentially an Aries here. I mean, we do have the Emperor in reverse, and Aries is the most combative sign of the zodiac. Not that that's a bad thing. It's not. But when you've got two combative people together, it can be a little fiery. So the Emperor in reverse is here, and so is the Page of Wands in reverse. And I'm getting that there's this feeling of somebody fell from grace. You held somebody on a pedestal. They have fallen from grace. But it does look like there's this moving on to something new in order to get balanced. But whatever this is, I don't know that it's going to be what this person feels like it's cracked up to be. So whether this is you or the person you're dealing with, I'm getting that there's something to do with time and somebody creating distance and moving on, okay? But I don't know, and with that 6 of Swords, I'm seeing that somebody is moving on to a new opportunity, but I don't know that whatever it is that they're moving on to is going to be good news for them. It looks like it's going to be bad news, and it looks like whatever it is, it could be that they are trying to be, they may not be able to take on the leadership skills that they feel like they want to be able to take on because they're just not putting in the work. Either that, they may be taking on follower mentality. They could also be a bit of a tyrant, okay? Or they may be getting involved with that kind of an energy here. So what is the Emperor in reverse to the Page of Wands in reverse? One more. Okay, so here's what I've got. Okay, remember I said it, because I was seeing it just based on the energies. Like the pictures on the cards tell you something. I was seeing that it was a potential that somebody was moving when there may be distance and time created between you and this other person, and somebody may be moving on to some other committed relationship. That's why marriage showed up, and now we've got ring here. I don't know if this is you or if this is somebody else, but whatever this is, I'm sorry, with the Emperor in reverse and the Page of Wands in reverse, it does not look good to me. There's a journey, exactly what I saw. There's somebody going on a journey somewhere, and there's going to be a change that's going to be made here. There may be a lesson that needs to be learned here. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so what is the challenge here for Leo? What is the challenge for Leo? There's something to do with hostility, maybe winning at all costs. Somebody may be wanting to prove a point of some sort. There may be some feeling of wanting to fight for something here. Oh, and there you are, Leo. There's the King of Wands again, showing up. Okay, so here's what I've got. There may, just a second, I don't want, the Queen of Wands is in reverse. Shite. You might be dealing with an Aries. I don't know, I'm just getting very strong fire. You might be dealing with a Sagittarius or an Aries here. Just a second here. Okay, so what I've got here is that the challenge for you is that you may be in this energy right now, Leo, of wanting to win at all costs. You may be feeling like it could have something to do with an argument of some sort. This could just have to do with winning somebody at all costs. But it does look like there is potentially the end of a cycle for you. And it does look like there is, what I'm getting here is that there is this emotional immaturity that you've been dealing with here, okay? And you could also be potentially dealing with somebody who is kind of lacking in confidence here. Like the Queen of Wands in reverse, that is Aries. Obviously, the Queen of Wands is Aries. And like I said, it's the most combative sign of the zodiac. Now, Aries is that's not a bad thing. Combativeness is not bad. The greatest revolutionaries in the world have been combative. This Queen of Wands in the upright could easily be Rosa Parks, okay? But when she's in reverse, she's not really using her combativeness, or he, take it as it resonates. It's only because the Queen of Wands is court card for Aries, that's why I said that. But when they're in reverse, they can kind of use their combativeness to their own detriment if they are aligned with the more unhealthy part of their personality. And what I'm getting here is there's a Leo here that's potentially aligned with their more healthy part of their personality, and it could be a man or a woman. This is court card for Leo. And we've got somebody who you are connected to who may not be so aligned with their healthy part of their personality. And by the way, cross watchers, feel free to reverse the roles if you feel like it's the other way around. That's all I'm getting here. And your challenge is that something about this connection needs to come to an end, because we're seeing that there's not a lot of equal give and take. Somebody's not putting any work in here. We've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. There's this needy energy. I've got that excuse me, I'm sorry about that, really sorry. But there's also this energy of emotional immaturity here, and it looks like there's something that you may feel like you want to fight for here, Leo, and Spirit's telling you that it looks like it might be hopeless. All right. Can we get more on the Five of Swords to the King of Wands? There's something about healing something here. You may want to actually heal something with the lilies. Oh, something this is a very unhealthy situation. So that's what it is, okay? Here's the problem. Okay, this is what I've got. Now that I'm seeing all of this energy, somebody here is going to want, it's potentially you, only because of the fact that I see your court card here, and this is a general reading, so I'm going to read it as it's you, may want to try and make this unhealthy situation healthy again by trying to heal it. It's so interesting. You can bring these lilies to somebody in the hospital. But it actually says you expect, if you get this card, expect that you may be dealing with a hospital visit. So it's interesting that we see the hospital bad health card right here too. But it looks like so you could be, now that I'm saying this out loud, you could be dealing with a situation like that. That could be what ends up bringing the two of you together. Just, I feel like I must say it since we see it. But there's an unhealthy situation that somebody wants to try to make better, and it looks like they may go to all costs in order to do it. And it might not be the healthiest way to do it with that Five of Swords. but it is going to have somebody in their thoughts, okay? What is the advice here for Leo? What is the advice for Leo? The advice for Leo. There's something that you may need to gain knowledge on here. You may need to educate yourself on something with that Page of Swords in the upright. And whatever it is that you're going to educate yourself on, and this could have something to do with educating yourself on something psychological. It could be you may need to like be curious about something to do with this person's background. I don't know what it is. It could be general, it could be personal, but whatever it is that you need to gain knowledge on is something that is going to I'm getting that you may you may be gaining knowledge on something that it may have something to do with understanding how mutual love works, and it may have something to do with starting something new with somebody else, okay? Let me see here. I don't know. Okay, so here's what I've got here. Okay, so this is what I've got. Somebody is potentially leaving somebody else to go on a journey towards something else. And there may be time and distance between the two of you. It looks like the challenge here is that you are potentially both willing to try and make a really unhealthy situation healthy again. Somebody wants to bring somebody these lilies in the hospital. And it could just be, this could just be totally proverbial and not literal at all, totally figurative, or it could be literal for some of you. I mean, the fact that these two cards came out together is very interesting to me. What I'm getting here is that you may need to gain education. I'm seeing, okay, so this is what I've got here. Somebody's going to move on to another connection here. This could be you, this could be your person. And whatever this connection is going to fall through. That's what I've got. And then it's going to be the potential to actually work things out and come together in love here is going to be a potential here. Whoever it is that took the new direction and moved in this direction and left somebody behind is coming back. That's why the Two of Wands is in reverse. Isn't this interesting? Wow. All right. Can we get more on this? Wow. What a reading. Take only what resonates. I know my readings get very, very, very in-depth and personal. I'm basically doing this because I'm showcasing what I'm able to do. If you want a personal reading with me, the information on how to obtain that is in the description box below this video. All right, what do we have here for this? Message of concern. So there is something of concern here about somebody coming back. Somebody is going to potentially come back. I just don't know like how healthy this is. They might be coming back changed. It does look like something it looks like somebody, see what I've got is somebody's moving on to something else and then they're going to come back, and it's going to be after something comes to an end for them. Okay, so what is the outcome here? What is the outcome? What is the outcome for Leo? There's something to do with regret. Because something that is unknown is going to come to light. There's going to be some sort of release of fear or emotion here, okay? Because somebody is going to have to be introspective about something. So this could be you, this could be your person, but it looks like this is what I've got, is that there's a potential that somebody is going to regret leaving somebody else. By the time this person wants to come back and try and make something right, it looks like it might be too late. There's some sort of introspection somebody needs to take, though, about lack of accountability. Somebody isn't taking accountability for something, and it looks like somebody in the future is going to do that. So whoever that is in this connection, so you'll know. It could be you, could be your person, but somebody's not taking accountability for something, and they will. And it looks like there's going to be some sort of fallout here. Somebody's going to take accountability. Here, just a second. Can we get more on this Nine of Swords? Somebody is going to take account. It looks like the Hermit, to me, the Hermit, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, is somebody who's taking accountability for something that they hadn't taken accountability for before. They have to take the time to do that. It's showing up as the masculine. So if you're it's just showing up as the masculine, just saying. And somebody's moving on to distant horizons. Could be the masculine that's doing that, and that's when they're going to have to do that. But there will be communication. I'm getting that this relationship, whatever this relationship is that's going through a really hard time right now, is there could be potential for it in the future. But whatever it is, that it's a really unhealthy situation that you guys are going to want to try and heal, is what I'm getting. But it's not until somebody leaves, has an experience, and potentially comes back. The thing is that in order to heal this connection, I'm getting that there is some sort of accountability here for lack of effort being put into a situation that needs to be taken on by one party. So it's either you or the person you're connected to. But it does look like even though somebody's going to move in a new direction, this connection isn't necessarily over. I'm just getting that. I'm feeling like this is like almost like divinely guided, like somebody is meant to wake up to something here. So anyways, Leo, that is your reading. We're going to pull some angel guidance messages here. If you have a question, just ask it yes or no, because sometimes these cards have yes or no on them. So what do you want to say to Leo about this reading, Spirit? Let go. Yeah. Letting go of this connection is necessary right now. Can we get more? And if you're in a healthy connection right now, Leo, and you're watching this video, this isn't your reading. Whatever it is that the Leo that I'm talking to is somebody who's going through something that feels hopeless right now. No. Whatever your question was, no. One more. There's something better. We did see that Ace of Cups. That may have been it. You may have to learn. It was here in this position. You may need to gain knowledge on something here about what it means to be we did see the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups, to have mutual love and respect, and find that in somebody else, because I don't know that this person is there yet. The thing is that it looks like this person may love you enough to actually start taking some accountability, but it's after you've moved on. And so if you move on, well, this might be a life lesson for them, if you believe. There's something better if you believe. So Leo, that is your reading for the week of April 14th to the 20th, 2025. Thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes and comments. And until I read you again, take care and bless.